up in this mother lover. Live and direct, bitches and bitchettes. You know what it is right now. It's Mercury's Day. It's Woden's Day, a.k.a. Wednesday, a.k.a. the middle of the week. And you know what we do right here. This is the bunker. We bring you some shit you might not never know nothing about. My name is MysDiggi. I'm here with my co-host, Dan DNA. What's going on, bruv?
Good, man, yeah.
You know what's up next, man. What's it been like for you this week, then, with the old, it sounds like a GoBot name has all of a sudden appeared on us.
Omicron. Omicron.
People want to say Transformer, but I'm like, nah, man, that's a GoBot name.
Yeah.
Robots are missing now. Whenever GoBot's like versus Transformers, like, bruv, really? You think if a GoBot will fuck up a Transformer now? You're playing around. I can't remember none of their names.
No.
But Omicron sounds like a GoBot to me.
GoBots just had normal names. I think they're just like Paul.
Dave.
Yeah.
Do you want to go in there? You feel like going for a little ride somewhere?
Lawrence. Just normal name. GoBot names, yeah.
Call me Larry, man. Stop calling me Lawrence. One of my fucking parents call me Lawrence, yeah? What's going on, bitches and bitchettes? All you mother lovers out there, man, we appreciate you locking in each and every week with us, man. We had a good one last week. Another catch-up with DJ Snuff, part 2. A bit more about nutrition. Because, you know, in this day and age, I think people are really waking up to the fact that they need to look after themselves. Stop expecting someone else to do it for you. It's up to you, bruv. Literally, man, it's up to you. You can make these decisions. You don't have to even go to the library anymore to find out some information. You can go online. I know there's a lot of information out there, but it's quite easy to find out who's telling you the truth, you know what I mean, and who ain't. And so that, so it's good to chat with Snuff about all of that and get some more info, man. Like, I think it's important right now, especially with people, people are waking up more. I think what's happened with the last week with all this commotion about the GoBots coming to, transform into another.
Well, you don't. when people wake up, you don't want them to wake up to cereal and toast. You want them to wake up to something nutritious.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? With all as much as you can get.
That's and you want it to be natural, and you want it to contain lots of stuff that's good for them. That sort of touches on today's guest.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, man. So it's a good theme to keep running with, I think. It's important that we take these things into consideration now. Do you know what I mean? And I want to give a shout out to the people who are slowly waking up now. You know what I mean? I don't think we should be upset with them. There's a lot of like what people call the truth community. Have you heard of the truth community, D?
Truth, yeah. It's the first time I heard of that was 9/11. Really, the truth. 9/11 truthers.
Truthers. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
How far they've come.
Yeah, 20 years. Yeah, it's gone like that. Isn't it? It's gone like that. Like 20 nothing. Years.
We're used to flying the way we got to fly now.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing.
No.
You know what I mean? To be honest, I don't really remember flying that much before the 9/11 thing, but I know that this is long. Flying is long. You know what I mean? Like, you'd rather get the train. You'd rather get a bike. If you could just ride a bike there, do all that. But that's because of 9/11. And obviously there are a lot of people out there that were called conspiracy theorists or, whatever. And this is like the sort of community that I'm saying, the truth of community.
Yeah.
And they were coming up with all these different bits of truth and proofs that, things weren't as what we think. Things aren't as they seem. And, so I get it. It's like you've been doing it for all this time. And then things have got to this point where you're like, yo, I was telling you, lot, this was going to happen so and so many years ago and whatnot. But, you've got to understand that you were probably in the same place as well at one point where you just thought, or you weren't even interested or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, bam, something happened and you woke up and you got to understand everyone's different as well. Some people really don't want to have to deal with any of this. They just want to get on with what they're doing. And do you know what I mean? Where there are people now who really, you ain't got no choice. You know what I mean? When they're telling you the Omicron's here, it's deadlier, but you ain't going to know that you have it. It's like, bruv, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're really trying to take me for a fool now.
It's true. There's there's the truth thing has become something that the truth is staring you in the face now, and you've either got to look for the truth, you've either got to take the
Stare at it
you know,
back.
it's either it's literally the red and the blue pill thing. You either got to take the red pill and go for the truth, but you've got to go for all the truth, or you just take the blue pill and you just stay in that blue pill sphere of like,
just eat the steak.
well, no, what they told me is true. The media told me it's true, you know. So, and it's and yeah. So maybe back then, in 20 years ago, was the sort of beginning of this thing of like, look, there's some stuff you're going to have to accept.
Yeah,
is just true, and you can run away from it, and you can hide from it, but eventually, even without you having any control over it, it's going to start coming. It's going to start coming into your life, and you know. So there's the pandemic thing. Has made it that people have to start they have to either bury their head in the sand and just go full lies, or you're gonna have to start accepting.
Damn, this steak good. Wait, I'll get another one of these steaks.
Or you've got to accept.
One to go as
or
well.
you've got to accept 70 years of lies and find the truth. You know, like the last 70 odd years has just been total lies, and so it's not just about this one thing. Is that the truth? The truth is gonna pursue you until you face up to it.
Woo!
Isn't it?
You gotta drop us a bomb for that one, D. You gotta drop yourself a bomb. Gunshots or whatever, man. Murder something up in here. You know? Something ain't gotta survive that. That's what something's got to dead up in here for you know, after you drop them kind of bombs. You know what I mean? That's one of them. Like, if I tell you, yeah, I could give you the key to this, but if I tell you, I'd have to kill you. Liam Neeson, man, bruv, what is the deal with Liam Neeson? Like, why is he like this deadly dude?
That's his role now, isn't it?
It's mad.
Yeah.
You just look at me like, Rab, man. He's meant to be shotting up the place. Like, we're meant to be.
I love his film. I love all them
hilarious,
films. I love them. Anytime Liam Neeson's got a film, I'm like, a man roughly my age is going to go and beat the shit out of some people.
Roughly my age. Yo,
I can live through this. John Wick.
Yeah,
can't really get behind it. It's good, but you know, I mean, he's probably close to my age actually. Keanu Reeves and
probably.
Liam Neeson,
I think so. But
Liam Neeson more reflects the way I actually feel about
Liam
the world.
Neeson's blatantly like mid-60s, walking into 70s, like, hey.
Yeah, but his whole attitude is more the way I feel about things, where he's always just like. It's like, you know, he's like, he's got a Stannis Baratheon to him, isn't he? You know what I mean? It's like...
Hey, by the way, if you lot don't know, this is AKA Stannis Baratheon. If you know the character in Game of Thrones, man.
That's my favourite character.
Yo, they're the same people, man. I'm telling you, it's the same people.
After that show to me just died. After Stannis was gone.
Stannis dead. It was like
that was me. I was like queuing on with Stannis. I was like, yeah, but maybe Stannis didn't die, and like in this series, maybe they'll bring Stannis back.
No, I read in the comment on like June the 14th. Yo, that cute shit, but yeah. So you know, just talking about this whole the truther thing. It's like I get it, man. People, you've been doing this for a long time. You've done your research. You've done your due diligence and whatnot, and the people around you haven't really quite got it, and then it's only now they might be coming around, you know, like we're saying, a few more people are coming around, but I think the worst thing that people can do is be upset with them off the bat, because now they're dealing with all this trauma from already thinking, oh, maybe there's some, you know, I'm talking about the people that are like, all right, yeah, I believe it now, there is some bullshit going on. They've been probably thinking about it anyway, and then veering away from it because it's quite a thing, innit?
Yeah.
Whereas now they're like, okay, this is quite a shock because I have to accept that this isn't real.
Yeah.
You know, and I have to accept that the people that I thought I could trust, I can't trust anymore.
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, TV and media and whatnot. So like the last thing they need is like the dude, you know what I mean, standing in the corner like, bruv, I told you. Like, and everywhere they go, it's just the dude. See, I told you. Look. That'd be like, come on, man. You know, so I think we just need to be easy on people and be like, yo, it is messed up, but you don't have to worry, man. Knowing, all right, you were saying earlier, knowing that, like, that gives you more power.
Yeah.
You understand how you can deal with things once you look at them and you know, realize them for what they are. Okay, this is it. There's nothing to be scared of, man.
Yeah.
You're still here. Those few hours or whatever you spent doing all that research, reading or watching a video, whatever it is, bam, now you know that you're still here.
Yeah.
Nothing's actually changed from before that. So you don't have to worry. And like I say to people, we're all in this bitch together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With your friends who have just come in, you know, just opening their eyes for breakfast. Be the sort of be the P Diddy for them. Just stand behind them and encourage them. Yeah. Come on. But just stand.
That.
Yeah.
No, take that.
No. Yeah. You know, just encourage them. That's what you got to do. Yeah. Yeah. When they tell you something, just go. You don't have to then like correct them with 10 minutes of other things that they're just like
inundate them with like, what is this?
Yeah.
The birth certificate? What? You know?
Yeah. They're just saying
run
about
off.
the Omicron thing's rubbish, and then before they know it, you're talking about steel beams being melted by jet fuel, and within 10 minutes, you've done 20 years of it. Or further back, you're like, even further back.
In Babylonian times, and then what happened to ancient Sumerians? He's like, bro, come on, man. You really trying to ease me up, man.
All I was saying is I thought Michelle Obama's a bloke. I don't know where you're getting all this Akhenaten stuff from. Yeah.
Madness, bruv. Yo, roll call to all my common senses out there, man. Always good to see you lot in the building. Shout out to your ma, Regantology, Kenny Rebel, what's good? The Detective UK. Shout out to the nice one, JM. What's going on, bruv? Good to see you. Yo, people are up in here. Yo, you lot been going in already, boy. Yeah, I missed out. On the conversations.
A lot of comments.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's good to see. Yes, I love it, man. Our regulars, man. You lot always give us some jokes as well. Yeah, Detective, do it at .com. So that's spelling, but at .com. And shout out to Lawrence Limburger. What's good? C Spaghetti is the one, brother. I'll tell you that right down now. C Spaghetti is not a joke, D. And we're going to get into all of that anyway.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun one, man. We're going to get the right info that we need. Shout out to PLK in the place. You lot were going in with the comments, man. I should have got involved. But I was rolling something, you know what I'm saying? Building a little something just to make sure I can get through this whole, you know. I get hyperactive.
Yeah.
So, you know, I need the shit to calm me down. You know, This week, it's a little Gorilla Glue up in here, a little marmalade up in the jugglers, you know what I mean? We got some lemonade. Who you lot blazing out there, man? What's going on out there? You know,
Give us,
times,
let, us,
you know what I'm saying?
let us know what strange things you're smoking. What weird names. Whoever's got the weirdest name, we'll find some way of awarding you something.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a pineapple chunk up in here. Don Smithard is one. I'm pretty sure Don Smithard is the one that's always reeling off some names. Shout out to Don Smithard in the building. Shout out to Bruce Rillis, a.k.a. Blue Fliggy. What's going on? DJ Bluefoot in the house. We've got some legendary...
He's one of our Twitch followers, yes. We've got two people on Twitch at the moment, so big up the Twitch gang.
Man's out on the Twitch streets. I'm out in these Twitch streets doing it, you know what I mean? Like, people don't know. Shout out to Sam Kratz, what's going on? Hey, I hope you lot have all watched that video and copped the single, The Culture. Woo, come on. Produced by Sam Kratz. Out on Revogue Records, featuring MC Craig G, legendary, from the Juice Crew, you know what I mean? MysDiggi, kind of legendary, but not from the Juice Crew, but, you know, Natural Born Spitter and all that. Yeah, man. We got G Bagula, you know what I mean? The Gate Crashers, right? Revogue Records, you know, G Bag doing it out there. Ramsome Bad Bones. Come on, High Focus up in here. That I got to take it back a bit. Task Force Secret Weapon.
Yes.
That's all I got to say, man. Task Force Secret Weapon.
Yeah.
See, Don Smith, he start bragging already. Look, see, he start bragging about the names. See what I'm saying? Who else is featured on there? Let me reel them out.
Phoenix the Ice Fire.
Phoenix the Ice Fire. Come on. Triple
Former
Darkness
guest.
up in it. Former guest and deep as well. He took us for a deep dive. Sam, if you missed that one, you want to check out the episode with Phoenix the Ice Fire, man. He really dropped some gems on us. You know, true, the shaman of UK hip hop. That's what I call him, man. And cuts by DJ Jazz T. Shout out to Jazz T. He slashed up that track, man.
Yeah.
You got some beautiful remixes on there as well, man. So please go and support that. Support good music. Shout out to my brother Sam Kratz. Shout out to Collie. What's going on, bruh? In the building. Yeah, you lot went in. You lot went in, man. Yeah, it's been a funny week, man.
Who's IBMC's? Is he smoking Bendy Dick Bandersnatch? Or is that
Benedict Bandersnatch.
is that something
Oh,
else?
shout out to big bro Oshi. What's going on, brother? Oshi in the building. Woo.
Milkbone. Kenny Rebel smoking
Ooh,
Milkbone.
Kenny Rebel's on the milk bone. You're
On
showing
the
off.
Milkbone.
Yeah, milk bone. Not like that. But yeah, milk bone is bang bang. That's you're showing off, man. What? On the G13, yeah?
G13 and pre-98 Bubba Kush.
Jeez.
And he's eating Ital African oil.
Is it?
He's eating Ital African oil.
I tell African oil. Wow. What, like a
Ital
Jellies.
African oil. Don't know.
yeah, speaking of jelly, your bar's well jelly. That's hilarious. What? You lot are going in, man. Big up all the crew in the building. And shout out to Snuff, man, once again for last week.
Yes, very nice.
You know what I mean? He dropped some knowledge for us on a product that has been getting a lot of it's been getting a lot of mentions probably for the last, especially for the last sort of, 3-4 years, I'd say. But since I heard about it a long time ago, because you'd always hear your friends' parents talking about, yeah, man, some Irish moss, More, I guess, some Irish moss. Yeah, you know, Irish moss, no? And then, you just hear that it was for a certain thing. It was like, yeah, it's good. Yeah, if you want to, you know what I mean, take your wife to bed, you know what I mean? Get Irish moss. You just break the bed. That's the talk. That's how we felt. You know what I mean? You grow up, you start to hear a little bit more about it, especially from Dr. Sabi. And you're like, wow, it's got all these health benefits. Do you know what I mean? Whether it be from, you want to get your iron in. You want to get your iodine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Vitamin C. There's all these nutrients, and it's really important that we get these things because we don't really get them from the food. Apparently, they say we don't really get them from the food that we normally eat. You know what I mean? And so now there's a lot of talk about it, but I feel like people don't really truly understand the beneficial elements to this superfood, as they say.
No.
Sea moss or Irish moss. We'll get into that right about now, though, because we have a special guest up, mother lovers. Yeah, there he goes. Irish. Richie, what's going on, bruv?
Can you hear us all right?
The sea moss boss, can you hear us? Oh. You can't hear us, can you? Dun, dun, dun. Maybe they're on mute.
Just tell them you can't hear.
No.
Yeah, they can't hear. They can't hear. We can hear you. All right, we'll sort that out. Don't worry, man. The brains behind this organization right here will get it sorted. You know what I mean?
I'll cut back to me while I sort it.
Yeah.
No, I'll cut back to you. Hold on.
Yeah, because they don't need to see you stressing out. You know what I mean? I might stress them out, especially if you're on the sativa. I know you lot on the sativas, man. Bruv, you calm down a bit. You know what I mean? Sativa does get you a bit overexcited sometimes. You know. So let's talk about whilst we're here waiting. We'll get the CMOS benefits out of the way. There was something that I found really interesting about this with the amount of nutrients in there. You have things like, Obviously, you got protein, carbohydrates, fiber. You have a tiny amount of sugars in there. You got omega-3 fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids. Vitamin A, so that's your beta carotene. Vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K. Woo! Riboflavin, good for the skin. Phthalate, choline, calcium, iron. People know that iron's good for the blood. You know what I mean? Got to get that blood flowing. If that blood ain't flowing right, you got them cold fingers, cold toes. You better sort that out with some iron. I
think I got it.
Be iron like a lion.
Let's switch over now. Just see if that's any better. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. Yeah.
Excellent. We can hear you.
See it there. I was just reeling off some of the nutritional benefits, some of the ingredients,
Okay.
nutrients in the sea moss. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Irish, aka the sea moss boss. What's going on, bruv? Yes, finally we got it sorted, man. Let's see some fire. I don't know if there's a seaweed emoji that you could put in the comments there. Put some dolphins or something. You know what I mean? That's my favorite animal, by the way. How you feeling, brother? You good?
I'm good as gold, man. Yeah, good as gold. And you?
Good to see you. Yeah, man. Good, man. Always good. Feeling even better, bruv. After trying some of the products, I'm telling you that, boy.
That's the shot, man.
I managed to hook up with the CMOS boss a couple weeks ago. I was like, yeah, bruv, I need some CMOS. You know what I mean? I need some bladder rack. I need some of that dose. I was like, I need a bit of all of that. Just everything, just to see what's what and what. Bruv. It changes you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's an
feeling the primal soup within you. You're feeling back to the sort of primal waters.
It's this thing of like, it's like everything feels kind of lighter, but there's more dense in terms of strength. Do you know what I mean? And also like, I feel like it draws you more to your circadian clock as well. Like you don't mind waking up when, you know, at the time you're supposed to wake up, as opposed to you'd be like, oh, what am I doing waking up, man? I'd be like, oh, right, I feel good though. I feel good waking up. And, you know, definitely energy levels as well. I think it brings up the energy levels, you know. These are the things that I've been feeling as I've been, you know, doing it every day. Like you gave me the gel as well. So we did that. We was doing the gel every day. And you feel the difference, man.
It looks frozen.
You know, you don't feel as hungry then as what you normally would either.
And I fast as well. Like I try and do like 4 days a week of, you know, intermittent fasting. So just till like, you know, whatever time. Like last night I ended up doing it till about 8, but I'd normally do it till about 6, 7-ish. And then I eat. But it's just made it easier. It's just like, what? You know, I have a little moss during the day, just sip away at it. Clean water. You know what I mean?
Your shot's frozen, by the way, at the moment. You're obviously not that.
Always, it's frozen, isn't it? So I freeze as well, just to...
Everyone freeze.
You know when you're on the phone, you do a video call to Bridget. Yo, Kenny Rebel said Nigerian Guinness, boy. Yeah, he's not Nigerian Guinness. Jeez.
We've got a nice picture of you up at the moment, but it's just for us. It's just frozen at the moment. So.
It's strong for me, boy.
I don't know what's going on there, man.
Okay, well, at least it's a nice picture of you. You've not got your eyes closed or anything. Looking
you
very
can hear
handsome.
me, though. That's
yeah. We can hear you. Yeah.
Big up to Inky.
Yeah, you're still with us. Yeah. But hopefully it will. Hopefully it will.
Let me try change.
Oh, it might be. Maybe it's the signal, innit? Busy signal.
Yeah, it says poor network connection.
Yeah, someone was asking, can you forage wild sea moss or seaweed? I think you can forage it, you know, but you've obviously got to be able to swim well enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they do it quite a lot. Anyway, we'll find out all this info through the man himself. But yeah, man. Jeez, what I'm telling you. And shout out to DJ Lock, man. He's been on the CMOS for a minute as well. He's talked about how good it is. And it's good to like be a bit more, I feel like I'm a bit more aware of, you know, the feelings that I'm getting, the sort of the improvements or, you know, trying it as opposed to how I would have, you know, back when I had it years ago.
Yeah, right. Oh, you did
I
have
think
it
it's the
before.
quality. Yeah, to be honest, I think it's the quality. Because man, you know, you just go to like the halal shop and they got some sea moss there. You're like, let me just buy that little fried bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't proper sea moss, bro.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You there?
Right. That seems a bit better.
Okay, we're live and
That's
direct.
looking good,
yeah.
man.
Hold on. Let me just get you back up again.
That's it. You get the
Am I
clover.
still froze?
No, you're not froze now. Yes. Oh, you have now.
Yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
you're right
That looked
now.
like he froze, bro.
Yeah,
That's a good freeze,
That's
boy.
good.
He's a break. You know, he's a breaker, body popper.
Right,
He's got
there you
body
go.
popping skills. So you can freeze like that.
Yeah, that's it. You seem all right now. Yeah.
Yes, bruv.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Irish, the CMOS boss. What's going on, bruv?
I'm good, man. How are you doing, lads? You well?
Good, yeah.
Good.
Feeling good, man.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, we were
Damn
talking
nice.
about the product, man. Jeez, bruv. As you lot can see, man, look at this guy's skin. Smooth as a mother lover. When I first met him, I was like, right. I was baffled. I was like, yo, my man's skin looks mad smooth, man. And then like we sitting down and then with a group of people that chatted, and then someone was like, yo, man, your skin looks really. I was like, yo, I wanted to tell him that as well, but I felt awkward in that. I was like, right. I'll just meet you like the first thing is, bruv, your skin looks good, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
man.
First date and all that, you know?
That's that's, you know what I mean? That's like, you know, that's an example right there of the benefits of these sea vegetables, right?
I'll be honest with you. I mean, as you can see, I'm not 100% health freak or none of that carry on, you know?
Man.
I just know about balance. So I
Mm.
know I'm going to abuse my body in the weekend and then I got to look after it on the weekdays. So
Right, that's it.
moderation, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the one.
it's true, man. Moderation is key, innit? Balance.
Yeah.
Everything's about balance, really. You do too much of one thing, you know what I mean?
That's true. Even with the healthy stuff, man, as well. Like, that's what I
Exactly.
believe in anyway.
Yeah, it's true, right? Because obviously we want to run some questions by you to do with the products as well. But let's run through what we've got. Obviously, yeah, there's the sea moss is there, the Irish moss. Everyone knows. Yeah, you lot can check out the website as well whilst we're chatting. CMOS, the cmossboss.co.uk. There's a whole bunch. Yeah, you see the products behind it, man. You got the dose.
I've got the big bag of dogs up there, yeah.
Dose. Ah, wow. Look at that.
So, yeah.
Jeez.
I've got a big bag of dogs there, you know.
That's the kilo, yeah?
kg. Yeah, that's a kilo.
That's kg of dose right there. And boy, can you just run down the nutrients on that? Because you got them on the back of the one of the packets, innit? And it's like the dose.
Yeah. So basically, the dulse. Here's a little something I wrote earlier, you know. So the dulse. So what I always tell people the main selling point, because obviously a lot of people are going plant based now anyway, right?
Mm.
So if you don't eat red meat, and we're missing out on our B12, so dulse will be the one for your B12. It's got one of the highest sources of B12 on the planet, right? So obviously it's high in dietary fiber, protein, calcium, iron, copper, zinc, vitamins A, B1, B2, B9, and C. And then B3, B7, D, beta carotene. The list goes on. And that's just one weed, you know?
Crazy, man. Crazy. And it's what's the other thing as well? So you're saying it's for meat eaters that are,
for people who don't eat red meat.
Yeah, they don't eat red meat. What was interesting is there's a certain meat you said that it's a good alternative for.
Yeah, so basically what some people do, I don't do it myself now because you know, Rastaman no eat pork and all that carry on, you know. But some people use it as a bacon alternative.
Yeah.
Or rashers for the boys back home.
I was cracking up, man. I was like, yo, imagine that, boy. People, because it's got a meaty taste to it as well. You know, it doesn't. I don't think. I haven't had bacon for a long time, but I don't think it tastes like bacon exactly. But as an alternative, you'd be like, yeah, I'm getting that meaty. That's what I need from it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was cracking up when I saw that written on there. I was like, yo, that's a good one. Alternative for bacon. You just wrap it around your little sausages. And that.
Well, I don't think like, as good and all as the product is, I don't think you convert the bacon eater to dulse. Just don't think it's right for him.
But yeah, it ain't the same thing. It ain't the same thing. But I think it's a good way of making people.
About how bad bacon is, this is a winner.
Yeah, definitely, man. Dose, your little dose rashers and that. Shout out to Neil Kute.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. But yeah, that's amazing. Look at the amount of nutrients you get from that. And seaweed. And you don't hear much about that. All you see in shops is iceberg lettuce, but they ain't got nothing going on in it. Iceberg lettuce.
And you know what as well, the dulse as well, you can use that to make a gel just like you can with sea moss as well.
Oh, for
because
real,
it has the gelatinous properties as well. So you can put that in with a sea moss and make a dulse gel. So you can have your sea moss gels, moss and dulse. Even the sea spaghetti can be put in as a gel. So really and truly, if you wanted to, if you had all those products yourself, you could just take a little bit of each and bring them to the boil, and then make your gel that way. So then you're still getting all your nutrients without having to cook it in separate ways. And
so what's the best way in terms of, first of all, like making a gel? All right, before we do all that, I just want to run through the other products you got. So we got the dose. You got the bladder rack as well. We got a bladder rack here. I managed to bring that with me.
Oh, let me just...
we got Yeah, we got bladder rack.
Oh, no.
That's another powerful one as well.
Yeah, bladder rack is one for your iodine. Good for the ladies, obviously, when they're time of the month and that. To replace all the iron back in the body.
So that's high in iron as well.
Yeah, and iodine, very high in iodine as well. So you wouldn't take much bladder rack because of the high iodine content. So, but and then we have the sea spaghetti, one of your favorites.
Yeah, man, the sea spaghetti, boy, it's deep, bruv. It's like you're eating spaghetti, but it tastes like spaghetti, but it obviously isn't. And you'd think that it would taste more seaweedy, but it doesn't. It's like rah. I was like, yo, that's levels to that, boy. It's a good alternative, man, and you're getting similar amount of nutrients as well.
Yeah, I think when you start mentioning anything with the sea to people who haven't tried any of these products, they just automatically think everyone's going to taste or smell like fish.
Like fish, yeah.
It's not. It tasted the sea, not fish.
Yeah. Fish tasted the sea, bro. Like, calm down.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The sea don't taste the fish. Fish tasted the sea.
Yeah, man. So it's a beautiful thing, man, to be able to, to go to alternatives and realize like how much more beneficial they are compared to, majority of what's in the stores, what people are getting normally. You know what I mean? And I was saying to people, it's like you support people that actually care about you. Like when you're putting out these sort of products and at reasonable prices as well, it's like, right, this is somebody that actually cares. And there's no middleman. We're not dealing with all of these weirdos that do whatever they do behind the iron curtain. Do you know what I mean? We're dealing with real people.
100%, man.
So, all right, then. So getting into like the preparation thing with the gel, what's the benefits of doing a gel as opposed to having, the raw plant there?
So are we talking about moss itself, yeah?
Yeah.
For the sea moss? Well, obviously you couldn't really consume it like that. It's just that's it in its raw form. It has to be prepared.
And so do you have to boil it, or can you just soak it for a certain amount of time?
You have to boil it, man. Like there's 100 ways to skin a cat, but there's only one way. Like there's 100 ways to do everything. The same as if a farmer or a man that's growing something, they all have their ways of doing things. But there's 100 ways, but there's only one right way of doing something.
Okay.
But you have to heat Irish moss condis crispus for all the nutrients to be active for your body to absorb them. And a great man who's I'm learning from as well at the same time is Dr. Snuff, aka DJ Snuff. Yeah, he'll tell you straight as well.
Snuff.
Yeah, Dr. Snuff, man.
He put me on to you, man.
He knows, like he studies extensively as well, man. So you have to heat, boil. Snuff will boil this for quite some time because he does his own stuff for himself.
Whereas boil it for some time, yeah.
Yeah. He boils it for quite a time, but he adds other things to it as well. So, but I always say, me personally, I boil it for about on a low boil for about half an hour. Once I stick the spoon in and I see it's starting to get a little bit gelatinous, I just turn it down on the lowest heat, leave it for a couple of minutes, and then I blend it.
Okay. So
decant it and then let it cool, and then put it in the fridge, and then there's your gel.
How much water? So roughly, like the other thing is like, how much water are you putting in it? Is it to the level of where, just above where the plant stops, or is it like half?
Just below, because obviously it's
below.
gonna get wet. It's gonna swell up as well. It's gonna get wet, and the weight of it will sink a bit as well in the pot. But if washing it, you always wash it. You use tap water to wash it if you want, but I never boil it with tap water at all, because there's too much contaminants in the water over here and in most places. It's definitely in London, the water is fucking contaminated.
It's fucked.
So, it's fucked. So I would say spring water is the best thing to boil it in, and that way it lasts longer as well. It lasts longer in the fridge if you use spring water. You start using stuff that comes out of the tap, if mold will start growing in it and all sorts. You don't know what's in the water. Like.
What about not filtered water, but distilled water?
Yeah, you can use distilled water. Distilled water is bang on as well.
All right, wicked.
You know what? I bought a water distiller, man, and the first time I used it, when I looked in the bottom, I was thinking, Christ, man.
See it there?
Wow, are people really ingesting that stuff, right? It was black.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It was black, and it just smelled of burning metal. All the heavy metals in the water, man. It's not a joke. Like.
Madness, man. And they're looking to put more madness in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah. Well, look, think about it, right? Look what's happening there last month, where they were pumping all this shit out into the southeast coast. Do you remember that?
What's that?
So, because of Brexit and that now, they're not sending their, let's say, there's treatment plants, the sewage plants and all that. They used to send them over to certain countries in Europe. And now, because they're not doing it, because of Brexit, there was you're going to have to Google this, man. It's crazy. There was like a 4-mile stretch of human feces outside Bournemouth and Bognor Regis, all just floating in the sea. Where all these companies, you can Google, they got like 90 different spots where they're dumping human shit right on the coast, and you can see it from the fucking sea, from the beach, and it's just shit floating. It's washing up on the shore, everything.
Jesus, man. That is madness, bro.
I'll send you the link for that, man. It's disgusting, man.
So they just dumped it because they're like, we ain't got nowhere to take it. With Brexit, bro. We can't do this. What?
We used to... just put it all on lorries and ship it all to France.
Yeah, like I wonder where it used to go then. Where were they dumping it anyway?
I think they were sending it somewhere across the water. I think it could have been France or somewhere in Europe.
They're sending it somewhere. It's fertilizer. This time now, it's all like junk food eaters. It's like bad fertilizer, boy.
It's just going to kill the fish and everything.
Wow. So see it there. So it makes sense to invest in something that's going to give you cleaner water, man. Because it don't sound like it's going to get any better if there's like 400 pounds of human feces floating around. I should say 4,000 tons.
Yeah, 4 miles. A 4-mile stretch of shit. You could see it from the coast. It was all over the news, man, about 2 weeks ago.
King Kong took a dump out everybody, yo. So what can you get? So you can either get water distiller. There's a reverse osmosis system. You can get that set up in your yard. And what else? There's one other thing as well, but I can't remember it right now. But so it's important to do that then. Clear water, and just below the
just below the moss itself.
Just below the moss, and then put that on to boil for about half an hour. Yeah,
but just like on a rolling boil, you don't have to turn it up full blaze just until it starts to boil, and then just let it go for like 20 minutes, half an hour.
And what else was I going to ask? So a good wash before, and do that. And then after, for about, you said put it on mad low for a few more minutes, and then once you see it's gel up.
Because you'll see with this stuff, like you've got little bits of the rock on there.
Yeah.
You might even find little snails in their little shells and that as well. That's how you know the stuff is proper. If the animals are going to it, it's a good sign. You're not going to find that with the Caribbean moss. The stuff comes from St. Lucia and that as well, because it's all been bleached asunder anyway, number one. And two, it's not on the rocks. It's been farmed. It's on ropes, you know. Moss is a big thing now for everyone, but there's so much. There's moss out there that's not the real stuff, and then there's moss out there that's just not. It's not proper, you know. Remember, this is what I'm telling everyone. The nutrients in the moss are coming from the rock. They're not coming direct from the sea into the moss. They're coming from the rocks. All the minerals are coming from the rock.
Oh, are they?
The rock, yeah. So the rock is sitting in the sea. Yeah. The rock is sitting in the water for its whole life. The rock is absorbing all the nutrients into the rock, and the moss grows on the rocks. So it doesn't come from the sea; it comes from the rock.
Why is there an alternative view that it's getting it from the sea then?
Well, because obviously all minerals come from the sea anyway. You know.
Oh, so in a sense, it is getting it from the sea because
it is, but obviously, like if it's sitting on the rock, yeah, and in rock pools like in Ireland where we get, yeah, the tide is going out, right, and it's coming back in again. It's sitting in that water. It's got a chance to absorb stuff and all the rest. Whereas where it's been farmed at sea on ropes, it's just moving all the time. It's not getting a chance to sit in it and absorb stuff, you know. And plus, it's the climate is something as well. Colder climates allow it to absorb more nutrients.
It's rougher, innit? It's tougher, so it's got to survive. Yeah, more hardy. That's it. Like kale. Yeah. It's like kale in a way. Kale can survive like pretty harsh temperatures for a veg.
Well, that's what they call the spaghetti, the spinach of the sea.
Well, you know? See it there? Sea spaghetti. IBMC saying, I don't know enough about moss. That's why you're here, mother lover. That's why you're here, man. You're going to find out. So that's quite interesting. So thinking about that means obviously it's a lot more wild where you're getting it from. It's not relying on somebody to come and say, here, I'm going to help you do this. And, you know, like you're saying, the rope doesn't really allow it to absorb nutrients because it's getting it from the rock as well.
Exactly. And obviously there's also the fact where, what was I going to say to you? Oh, I lost my train of thought now. The moss in the Caribbean, obviously, don't get me wrong. Everyone likes to do things their own way and everyone thinks they're right, yeah? But with a lot of that moss, it's the color of it as well. If there's no color in something, you know, because everyone's on the moss because the Dr. Sebi's teachings and all the rest. Exactly. Dr. Sebi already showed us about stuff that was man-made or stuff that had no carbon in it, like we'll say cauliflower. It's white, it's got no carbon in it, there's nothing to it. When you see a lot of that moss in the Caribbean, it's almost white, some of it. It's got nothing to it.
That's you like the golden.
It's brown, red, yellow. It's good, you know, and when you put it in the water, it goes a bright purple as well.
That's what I was saying. I was saying to Dan about like the one that I must have bought years ago, you know, when I didn't really know the levels on sea moss and all that. That's the one that you get in, like, you know what I mean, the corner shop, the kind of halal shop or wherever, and it would have like those little bags of sea moss and that you pay like £3-4 or whatever. And that's the type of stuff you're on about. So why did they bleach it? What's the whole point of bleaching it?
I don't know, maybe aesthetics or something. I have no idea. Because obviously the sun will bleach moss as well, but it won't bleach it like blonde white, you know. It's not going to happen. And as well as that, the moss looks different in other parts of the world as well. So moss in the Caribbean is not going to look like moss in Ireland. Yeah, you know?
Okay. Yeah, different part of the world.
And two different species as well, you know. There's sea moss, and then there's Irish moss, Cundis crispus. You know, they're from the same family, but they're not the exact same thing.
And so what are the differences with sea moss and Irish moss? Like the Cundis crispus?
So the Cundis crispus is the one that holds majority of the minerals. Okay. Everyone claims the sea moss has 92 minerals. Yeah. Right? The ones, from my research, the ones in the Caribbean and that, they don't hold as many minerals as the Irish moss. Like we were saying about how hardy this weed is, you know.
Why do they say that? They say that. Sorry, go on.
Say that again?
Well, they say that it has 92 minerals and trace minerals, but they never really reel off all 92 of them. Because you just said they you made it sound like they say they claim that. What's the deal with that then?
Well, number one, it's a selling point, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Right. So all of them will carry some minerals, right? They will carry trace minerals. So it's like, will it be enough of that mineral for it to make a difference in my body anyway? You know. because there's trace amounts of bullshit in water, but sometimes you drink the water and you pass it through. It might have been so minuscule it would have done nothing wrong to you anyway, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense, man.
And the thing about letting it soak and boiling it, obviously that would definitely apply to the different types of moss as well.
So, that's interesting, man, because I was listening to something today about raw foods being better for you, and just you saying that about the fact that you got to heat it up to even get any of these nutrients sort of activated. That must go with like land food as well, innit? Food on land. It can't just be because it's in the sea. Okay.
Well, look, I'm just going on what I know through, I mean, my studies and that, what have you. I mean, I've told you before that we were eating that during the Irish genocide, or what the British like to call it, potato famine. Yeah. But during the Irish genocide, when they took all our food and that, and we had fuck all to live off, it was only stuff like moss that kept us alive, right? So the fact that kept us alive and has so much nutrients. Another lady, she said to me, "Now, I don't know who believes in what. Everyone can believe their own thing, but if you believe in the theory of evolution and we came from the sea, this is why it has so many minerals in that agree with our DNA, our genetic makeup, which makes sense to me."
Yeah, it does, man, because it is quite amazing the amount of different nutrients involved. You know what I mean? And I couldn't see. I don't really get, a whole nation surviving off of potatoes, to be honest. Like, it doesn't make sense. Just potatoes. It's like, what do you get from potatoes? Is it vitamin C, carbohydrates? Would that really be a good thing? Like, it sounds like, there must have been a lot more.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're acting like we was just running around eating potatoes, like,
yeah.
Or chips, potatoes, mashed potato, like fucking crisp.
Waffles.
That was a staple. But we had vegetables, we had meat, we had everything. But they took all that shit. They took the animals or they stole the farmland, so we couldn't even produce these types of foods for ourselves anymore. And if we did, it was getting taken by the landowners, and it was getting sent to feed them and sent over to feed the royals. So we did have the food there. It was getting taken off us.
That's the wifey there. Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. You?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. So you're apparently you're the brains behind this machine.
Yeah, that's why I was behind direction.
Hint.
Yeah, sorry about that.
She spoke to me if I get it wrong,
Yeah, well,
we were sticking if I get it wrong.
You've done well so far. He's done well so far, no? Yeah, wicked, man. So yeah, this is man, I'm telling you, people definitely need to get involved in this, because I think, especially if you're out there still on the MacDs and that every now and again. I know there's a lot of people out there just like, every now and again, man, not all the time. It's like, yo, if you're still thinking like that, switch it up, man. Get some real nutrition. You know what I mean? Get some real nutrition.
It's needed, man. And then I think the last, we've pretty much covered everything. The last thing we have is
the sea spaghetti. I wanted to get into the sea spaghetti though, because we ain't touched on that. You know what I mean? Like, people need to know about sea spaghetti, bro.
So I'll let the woman take over from here. Yeah.
The woman.
Yeah. The boss woman.
Boss lady. Boss lady.
Well, you said this one was your favorite, didn't you?
Yeah, that's like, yeah. I mean, the sea moss is that, but yeah, the sea spaghetti, where I was like, yo, this is next level, man. You can do so many things with it. It can be a little side thing, or it can be the main, you know what I mean? You cook up a little bolognese, like, bam, check this. What's that? Sea spaghetti, bruv. Yo! What? Yeah, sorry, I got excited there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, people use it as a low-carb version of spaghetti as well. So these are one of, I think, for example, dulce and sea spaghetti are one of the flavorful out of all the kind of stuff that we do. So we also mentioned that it's good for flavor and good tasting. But sea spaghetti is very high in magnesium and manganese, and it's also an alternative to people who normally like to have fish So there's a lot of obviously vegans and vegetarians that may not eat fish, or people that just don't eat fish, but they always talk about omega-3s and your fish oils. This actually is an alternative because it doesn't contain omega, but it does help with hair, skin, and nails, and it has the same effects of what fish oils can actually do. So it can also help with a lot of skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis. So it brings back I think it's called the alginates back into your body, which is what
So it sounds like it helps with your your skin. Oh, they're gone. Oh,
yeah, we are
back.
back.
Oh,
Yeah,
back.
we lost you there.
Back.
Sorry, yeah. So it sounds like it's really good for your skin. Like, yeah, what were we talking about? The mucoids, was it? The mucor. There's like a good mucus that you get from the sea veg.
Yeah, and from aloe vera.
Aloe vera.
Mucilose or something.
Mucilose
Mucilose,
or
yeah.
something like that. And it sounds so obviously, yeah, it's good for your skin, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because aloe vera is
See?
quite potent when it
Both
comes
of
to
them.
good skin. But
Both of them got good skin as well. See
Yeah.
there? Yeah, prime example there, bruv.
Yeah.
And as well as that, another selling point is gluten-free.
Gluten-free, man.
No, they can't have it because it's gluten and this and that. It's gluten-free.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Like, really good.
You can out awkward your awkward friends when they come round for dinner and they're like, oh, I can't have that because there's gluten. I can't have gluten. And you're like, this ain't just gluten free. This is sea moss spaghetti. Yeah, this ain't just gluten free.
This is sea spaghetti.
You just out awkward.
You just made it up, didn't you? You just made it up.
Yeah, man. Levels, man. See it there. Regatology says I'm in. Levels, man. Omega oils. Shout to your ma. She's been looking for a natural replacement for missing omega oils. See it there?
So
More nutrients in the packaging.
Kenny Rebel's asking, are you West Coast Moss Boss?
Yes. Not West Coast Moss Boss.
Yeah.
Right. What? So where your moss is? Where did you say it's from again?
So our moss is from the northwest coast of Ireland.
Right.
Where there's no factories pumping no pollutants out into the sea. There's no bullshit.
Yeah.
It's certified organic as well, like the lady said.
So no heavy metals.
Yeah, just big wide open sea next to it. That's all.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Look, if you're gonna do it, man, do it right.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do things, you know.
Yeah.
You can go to Brighton or Margate and start picking bladderwrack and stuff, and you know, because you can find these things all around the country, but you're just not gonna get quality, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, now it's going to be mixed with human shit down there as well, so you definitely don't want to go down there.
Down in Brighton, I mean, mixed with all sorts of stuff.
Oh, in Brighton as well. Human shit in Brighton. Jesus.
It's the least of your worries.
You don't even know what's going on there. Like, X-Men might just turn up, you know what I mean, in a few weeks' time down there.
But yeah, you're getting a lot of people are going on your website at the moment. It looks like there's people going on there, and yeah.
Shout to Tom Arnott.
We got one more left.
Oh yeah, what was this? Yeah.
This is I'll let them the brains go.
Well, it's seasoning, so it's sea spice. So you can use this literally as the substitute for adding sodium. So table salt or sea salt, this would be your seasoning. It's a better flavoring than just salt because it's a mixture of wakame, nori, dulse, sea spaghetti, so it has a better flavor. So I'm using that on all the stuff that I'm making now. I don't even normally I was using Himalayan salt, but you can literally just use this on anything that you're eating for flavor.
Bruv, and trust me, it's Moorish. It will, like, mine lasted, there's this much, like a pinch. I'm just trying to hold down the pinch until I can get enough jar, bro.
Man, I'll send you out a couple of bottles.
Less than a week, man. Yeah, bless, bro, because it's banging. It's just got all these flavors going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what it's like. You got just a bag full of different buds. You don't know which one you're building up. You're just like, yo, you know what I mean? You shake it. Man, it really works, man.
You as well, Dan.
Oh, nice one.
So it's really good. Really good salt.
Trying that.
Really good salt substitute, man. I'm telling you. So yeah, very interesting. I'm really glad to hear as well that you can make gels out of all of them. So with all of them, it would be the same thing, just the water just below, and then do the boiling in the same way.
Yeah, the Dulse works very, very well as a gel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people actually just use Dulse gel on its own as well. So
Yeah, because
definitely
it's
use
quite
Dulse
high,
work.
because it's so
Yeah.
high in nutrients, right? Damn, man.
Yeah.
And someone was saying to me the other day as well, I mean, even though we know there's a lot of plastic in the oceans and all the rest, but on land, so much of the land is contaminated nowadays as well. So much, even vegetables, like, is contaminated, is sprayed, the whole lot. So parts of the sea are places that really, some parts of the sea that haven't been touched. They haven't been like desecrated or ruined by fucking humans, us lot. So we still have a source of you know what I mean, of good nutrients that people haven't fucked with yet.
Yeah. And that's because I guess they can't really work there, right? They're not allowed to work there, or they're not even able to.
No.
So we're lucky in that way, man. And to know like a bunch of people survived off of this sort of food.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Especially times like right now, where, you know, we're getting threats of places closing and, you know, there being food shortages.
So stockpile your sea vegetables.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And they keep, right?
Yeah, they keep for ages, man.
So most of these so for example, the moss is 3 years. So you can have it sealed for 3 years. And everything else is 2.
Yeah.
Yo! 3
And all
years.
that stuff is fresh. Like, you remember as well, a lot of these things as well, they're seasonal. So sea moss is seasonal as well. You can't get sea moss all year round, all the time.
So we get it when it's season.
Yeah. I saw that. So, and that's from, what was it, during October? Was it September to November or something like that?
I think during, because you have to wait then for the summer months for it to dry out and for it to, you know, so probably you'll get good moss maybe, end of the summer is when you'll get your good moss. So right about now, you know, from September, October, November, this is when you're getting your fresh stuff.
Kenny Rebel said that he's just waiting for the hipsters to say there's seaweed hummus.
Kenny Rebel.
That's hilarious, man. All right, so we got a question. Don Smithard, he said that he can't see the spaghetti to buy on the website. Is that something that you make for yourselves?
Oh, it must be out of stock, so it will be added on, so you will be able to buy it later on.
Okay.
Probably in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll sort it out right now for you, especially. Thanks for bringing it to our attention.
There you go. See it there. That's what they're common senses, man. They, you know, with people that like to think. You guys obviously like to think as well. And, you know, it's good to have logic involved in the way you think. And I like, you know, the same thing, like I'm saying, the benefits that I felt, it's all good one thing hearing about it and people talking, but then when you actually go through it yourself, that's the only way you really know. You know what I mean? And I definitely felt a difference in the last couple of weeks where it's like, right, there's more energy, you know, feeling like joints feeling good, muscles feeling good. Like, I'm like, right, bruv, I want to go back training like hardcore now. You know, so really good.
It's good to hear them things as well, because like you said as well about decent prices and stuff. Look, that between the two of us, we're trying to cater. She also does like a vegan skincare range as well. So she's got many strings to her bow, this champion here, me, but she caters for outside the skin, people who got skin conditions and all the rest, and we're catering for inside the body as well. You know, that we're living in times now where if you want to make a pound, if you can make a pound the easy way, and by doing something good at the same time, it's a win-win situation for you and for everyone around you. You know,
that wake up call. You know,
yeah, like, and keep things at a price that's, you know, the people it's affordable. You know, like when we go to the market, we sell all our bags like that for that £10. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people selling half that for like £16-17 online, and it's not even the proper stuff. And I'm thinking, this is like fucking daylight robbery. Sometimes I want to punch him in the head, but other times I think to myself, don't worry, just look after your own business and that, you know?
Yeah, don't watch face, man. Don't worry about them.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, you know, in your heart, you're doing the right thing. And,
100%.
You know, the right people will come to you as well. That's the other thing. Is I always feel like when... Go on.
Yeah, man. Go on, no.
No, I just feel like when you're doing the right thing, the right things follow. You attract the right things towards that. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to when it's all hectic and when you're like trying to be dodgy, and it's always like, man, it never works out in the way that you want. Your lifestyle is hectic. It's not a healthy thing to be involved in. But something like this is like, bruv, look how pure this is. You know, it's and what I was going to say before is the fact that one of the wake up calls people are having now is like, wow, all these corporate entities don't really give a fuck about us. Like, at the bottom line is, think about the lockdown. I was talking about this week. During the lockdown, what places were open? You could go to the off license. You know what I mean? So you walk into there and tell me what's healthy in there. You know what I mean? Whether it be from the tobacco to the liquor to the sweets and fizzy drinks, all the bullshit that's in there, that's the places they want to leave open for us, as opposed to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The gyms, or why is it not mandatory? Like, you know what I mean? Okay, no junk food for this week, or not, you know what I mean? Like things that are actually meant to promote health. It's none of that stuff. Instead, it's they want to quax you up and tell you about the brand new GoBot that turned up called Omicron.
So
GoBot character.
how long have you been doing this then? How long have you had your business set up?
Right, so
A couple of years now.
it's probably been about maybe 3 years, maybe 4.
No, it's not been 4 years.
It's been 3 years. 3 is a magic number. We'll stick with 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good number.
We've been obviously we're known for Irish and Jamaican for the more blacks.
Yeah,
and
man.
that. So we done that in 2016, and then obviously we're doing that for, that's maybe that we'll say consciousness and how we see the world and all the rest.
Yeah, so break that down. The more black, we see the t-shirts, more blacks, more dogs, more Irish.
Yes. Come on,
People should know the
everyone knows
history
the
on
crack.
that. Yeah, everyone knows the history on that, I'm sure.
All right, yeah, we'll run that as well. But so that doing that enabled us to basically do this, So with some of the money that we made off that 3 years ago, we thought, well, instead of just spunking it, let's put it into another business and try to do something good again,
Beautiful, man. Yeah, that's beautiful.
And we started doing that because obviously I was buying moss, just like you said. I was buying moss in the corner shop. I was buying moss of Tom, Dick, and Harry, and I was thinking, this tastes different to that one. That tastes different to this one. This one's hard. This one's salty. And I was just like, I need to go direct back home and get the Irish moss and start doing it properly. And then I knew it would pick up at one stage. You know what I mean? So right about now, we just do the markets. We do a couple of vegan markets. Good friend of mine, JP, he's given us a spot in Portobello to do
in the
vegan market down there, and we do all right down there as well. And I think, to be fair, to be 100% honest with you, that's what really kind of gave us the kick in the ass, really, was that stall in Portobello. And we saw, like, most of the people who buy moss uppers, I would say at least 70% of them have never had it before.
Yeah.
It's all new to them.
But they come back.
And they come back every time, exactly,
Because they see the differences in what it's made to them.
Well,
like
we,
we met a lady, we went to Ealing on Sunday. We did a market in a kind of a fairly affluent area. Some of, we wouldn't normally be around, whatever. The demographic was a bit different as well compared to Portobello, Brixton.
Yeah.
And they lapped it up, man. Honest to God, they lapped it up. Once you tell them what's in it and what it does, who would not want to spend £10? Going to be so beneficial for you.
Yeah.
But there was a lady, and she said that her mother-in-law was dying with cancer. God bless the woman, yeah. And she couldn't take no foods, and that they gave her the sea moss for the last couple of weeks of her life, and it was what kept her going. So she didn't have food at all. They made it into the gel, and as long as they got the gel into her, she was getting her nutrients, and she lasted an extra couple of weeks. So to hear stuff like that, man, I was like, right, good, man.
Wow.
That was the one for me. I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Jeez. So see it there? We got to learn from that, you know what I mean? Learn from others as well, man. Definitely get on it now. So we got a question from Serena McKen. What's the skincare brand? It sounds like you knew that was coming up.
The skincare brand. So I make it's Nourish. It's called Nourish with Nature. So the website is nourishwithnature.co.uk. It's totally vegan skincare. It's made based on skin conditions. So a lot of skincare out there is just whipped shea butter with a couple of essential oils.
Drops of oil,
But mine contains actives. So that would be vitamin B3, retinol, vitamin C. So it contains different things that help with the skin. So if you've got eczema, psoriasis, hyperpigmentation. So I do things for hyperpigmentation. So it's specific areas of the body and the skin just to help, nourish it, get hydration back. So it's all about hydration because everyone loves shea butter. But you have to understand that shea butter is an oil and it doesn't hydrate. So people need to hydrate their skin. So that's where I start from. So I make skincare to hydrate the skin. To get it back to the way it should be for your normal skin type.
And she also incorporates the seaweed into the creams as well, because sea moss and the gel from sea moss has been used a lot in like face masks and stuff as well.
So I incorporate it in soaps and in one of the skincare facial moisturizers that I do, it's a seaweed facial moisturizer and contains sea moss in there as well.
Wow. Okay. People definitely need to get on that then. See, I didn't even know about that because I use shea butter, but I didn't know about the hydration part. But it's true. It kind of, after a while, you still need to top up. You got to top up with the shea butter every now and again. Like, yo.
I explain to people that if you're thirsty, what are you going to choose, water or oil? So you're going to take the water to hydrate yourself. The skin needs hydration too. So slapping on oil is just causing a barrier for no moisture to get in. If your skin is already hydrated, fair enough, then it will lock in that moisture. But if it's dry, then you're not getting any moisture into that skin, and it's hydration. So drink water and put water on your skin at the same time.
Yeah, drink water, man. Drink water. Apparently, a lot of us are what is life in it? Apparently, we're all chronically dehydrated, like majority of.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
So, did you notice a big, sort of big uptick in business from when the pandemic thing happened? Yeah. So you sort of noticed it been going up and staying up, or right?
Yeah, you know what it is. I mean, CMOS itself, the whole word and the whole thing itself went through the roof, right? With one, Corona, and two, when Dr. Sebi passed away.
Dr. Sebi,
right? Yeah.
Transcended. Then obviously everyone. Normally you see what happens when people die. It's new to people, and they start researching who that person is, and then they find out stuff, and then it becomes a thing again, right? So that's what happened when Sebi passed. So you had Corona and Sebi passing at the same time. So CMOS was just all up in the air. Everyone was talking about it, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it did sales did go up, all the rest, and obviously the interest went up in it, and people researching it.
Yeah, people wanted more information about it as well.
Yeah.
So the up was a lot higher when it came to the markets as well, because people were thinking about COVID and getting their immune system up.
That's exactly what it was.
And then people who've used it before were recommended to others, so that's how they got involved. So new people were literally getting CMOS. It wasn't just people that had it before; it was completely brand new people.
Look, I've been listening to your podcast for a couple of weeks now, and it seems to be a topic that comes up all the time is the Novid. Yeah. So, I mean, when people know that, okay, if there's something out there, I need to be on top of my game when it comes to my immune system. So if anything does hit me, then my body is able to deal with it. We both tested positive for COVID. You know what I mean?
Congrats.
We both had a test maybe like a year and a half ago, and we got through it. It wasn't a bother because obviously we keep our body topped up on with the nutrients. So we weren't like knocked for 6 or anything. Still tested positive and all that carry on. But because some people are getting ill. Let's not get twisted. Some people are getting ill. We don't know what it is and all the rest.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like,
but
COVID kind of done us a favor at the same time. So there's always a negative and a positive. There's always a duality.
That's what I was just going to say, is that the fact that you've been doing better as a result of it is proof that people are actually starting to get into looking after themselves again, rather than relying on the bloody, the defunct national health system or
Correct.
whatever it is.
Yep,
So
100%.
this is what we need. We needed a kick up the arse anyway. That's what
definitely.
the
100%,
alternative.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I'll say that, like, got into Dr. Sebi, it was about 2009 or something like that. And my cousin got really ill. And, it was like a proper scare because we're a similar age and all that. And it's like, wow, how can this happen? Why would this happen? And shout to Jargon, actually, my Jig Jargs. And he was chatting about Dr. Sebi stuff and all that. So we got into it. And then I decided, right, I'm going to try this out. I did the Sebi diet and it was like, bam. Within about a year and a half, I was training hard and all that as well. And it just, everything just changed, like in terms of energy, I got chiseled, like everything just, your mental capacity as well. Like everything, everything just changed. So I was like, right, that's for me, that's self-evident that what he's talking about is true. It's not, and I didn't get ill for years. I had not got ill for years until the last time was like, or it was like when I went on tour about 2018 or something like that. And, you get crazy when you're doing whatever, eating bullshit, blazing up, drinking. And then bam, got ill. And I was like, right, see it there. As soon as you slip up, that's when it starts
100%.
happening. So it's true, man. It's definitely about self, keeping yourself in a state that's like, balanced. And understand that you may get ill. Like things like that happen because that's a natural way your body detoxes. That's how if any of us were to go walk around the block now for 2 hours without a top on, do you know what I mean? What would happen?
Yeah, you're going to get fucking ill. You're going to get chest infection.
But who are you catching it from?
From the outside, from the weather, from yourself.
Exactly. Your body's in shock and it's like, oh, right. You know what? In order to survive this, to deal with this, we need to secrete. We need to get rid of a bunch of shit. And that's what it naturally does. Do you know what I mean? So you don't even need to worry when you're getting ill. You need to help yourself get rid of what it is. If you're in a fever, in a state where you're meant to be hot, then keep yourself hot and drink loads of fluids. Get some sea moss, some gels, you know what I mean? Get that down, you get all the nutrients you need and rest. Your body's telling you to rest and don't eat. That's why you can't taste nothing. That's why you feel like, right, I ain't got an appetite because your body's telling you don't eat. I don't need to work on digesting food right now. I need to work on getting you, getting rid of all of this shit that I'm helping you get rid of. Do you know what I mean? It's simple, man. Really simple. Life is simple, but they got it so complicated that people get lost. You know what I mean?
And like you said, when you was on tour, and then obviously you went off the rails a little bit. That's your body. When you did it, your body was saying, no, fuck you. I was doing all right before you started putting that shit in me. Here, have a bit of this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like even myself, I could be doing good all week. I could be doing good for 2-3 weeks. And then I might go a little bit hard on the Hennessy, a little bit extra hard. And the next day, my body's saying, you're a prick. Yeah. Or you want to have fun last night? Well, now it's my turn. It's punishment. And my stomach will be at me, my nerves will be at me, That your body's always telling you what's right and what's wrong. I'm not saying that it's not good to have a balance and, but sometimes it's just the, what I say, it's collateral damage, isn't it,
Yeah, I think, and in a sense,
the next mightn't be as good as the night before.
The thing is, the way I look at it, like what you just said there, I kind of look at it as your body's actually working. Your body's like, oh, shit, that was a load of bullshit that we didn't need last night. All right, let's get rid of it now. Do you know what I mean? Chill. You're not going to do nothing. You're just going to relax and drink loads of fluids, and you're probably not going to eat for a bit. You know what I mean? That's it. And then move on. Your body's like working. It's actually when you're eating something and it don't feel right and I feel kind of sick and I need to puke up. That's actually a good thing. You're getting rid of whatever the bad shit is in your body that you didn't want. It's really simple, man. Shout to Oshi. He said he just copped some Irish moss. Respect.
Well, top man. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Once again, shout to South Freckles in the building. Getting some real information right here. Is there more you can break down about the skincare products as well? What different types, like, are there, I'm not really expert in it, so I was not sure what I'm meant to ask about the skin type. What different are there for different types of skin, thickness or
black skin, white skin?
It's for all types of skin, but it's a bit like hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Still, or was I gone?
Yeah, we lost you there for a bit.
Oh, okay. So no, I was just saying it's a bit like hair. So it's for all skin types, but it's a bit like hair where you've got high porosity hair and low porosity hair. So with the skincare, there's something for everyone. So it goes from facial skincare to body care. So I go from face moisturizers, face washes to body butters. But the difference is I've got lotions and body butters, but the body butters are mixed with water, which is not a filler, by the way, it's a form of hydration. So it goes from thicker butters to thinner lotion. So it's skin dependent. So if you've got
oily skin,
if you've got oily combination skin, then you go for a light moisturizer, and if you've got dry skin, then you go for a heavier butter. So I've got all types of skin products for different types of skin in terms of like hydration, combination, oily, very dry, extremely dry, and then facial moisturizers as well.
And that's so you can check out more at nourishwithnature.co.uk, mother lovers.
Yeah, nourishwithnature.co.uk.
Yeah, Christmas is coming out. You know what I mean? Mrs. Martin.
Yeah, good point.
Fillers and all that carry on, yeah.
Yeah, you got to work out what type of skin you got to get for. You know what I mean? Yeah. Is she oily? Is she oily or is she dry?
It's time to start honestly.
Yeah, just checking out the knuckles and that. Like, yo, is she oily?
What was that? Sorry.
I've got stuff for average skin, so I wouldn't say normal, just average skin. So it's a mixture of both.
Ah, okay. So you don't have to guess then. You know what I mean? You ain't got to look at the elbows.
If you can tell if someone's forehead is too shiny, then it's probably oily.
Okay.
That just looks straight up my forehead, man. Why are you not laughing as well? Yeah, I was born like this. I was born with the forehead shining.
No, I'm thinking of what to get people who have dry knees and elbows. Yeah, I'm just thinking what to get you for Christmas.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I wish I knew about, you know what I mean, all this when I was a kid, like, because, you know, well, yeah, you lot can break this down for us as well, but we talk about embarrassing nicknames, you know, when we was a kid. And mine was Scream for Cream. The reason is, yeah.
You're not supposed to laugh there.
You know what I mean? It's traumatizing times still, but yeah, so Scream for Cream, because I didn't know that, you know, I used to go to the play center and like, I didn't know that I was meant to cream my legs and all that. You know what I mean? My elbows and shit, and I was wearing shorts and that, trying to play football. And then straight away, he's like, "Oi, Scream for Cream." Yeah, you look, all right. But interestingly enough, Dan's nickname kind of links in with the skin problem.
Yeah.
Guess what his name was?
Go on.
Dandruff.
Oh shit!
You know,
we both suffered. We both suffered from dryness. That's how we. That's where we met each other at a dry skin anonymous.
Hey, listen, can I join that gang?
Yeah. If you want, man. What was yours?
Itchy Richie. Oh, scratching at something. It's my balls, my head, my beard.
Oh, that's hilarious. Itchy. Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I just thought I'd put that in there so you both didn't feel so bad about your own condition.
That's funny, man. The thing is, he's scratching his head as well a couple of times. Like, you're like, oh.
Oh.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's all changed now anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's all changed now. Now I met a woman who knows what to do with skin, so I'm good.
Yeah. You know? That's Touraine, ladies and
gentlemen. If I wasn't
gentlemen.
there, I would have probably shriveled up into some fucking prune or something like.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. Yeah, Scream for Cream, but you know. So what was your embarrassing nickname as a kid then, Rich? Can you remember?
For me?
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this? Because we've got some of the boys in Ireland listening as well. They're gonna know.
Oh, I know it.
Richie Bumfluff.
Richie Bumfluff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Richie
Bumfluff. Lego, you know who you are. Yeah. only reason they call me Richie Bumfluff is because there was a guy in Ireland and his nickname was Richie Bumfluff. But because I was Richie as well, they automatically gave it to me.
Oh, so
And you know what Bumfluff is? Everyone knows what Bumfluff is on your top lip, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's why you had
I
a
had like
little.
some big long whiskers as well. So they're
Right.
like, oh, Richie Bumfluff.
that's a hilarious name, man. Richie Bumfluff.
What was yours?
I didn't have one.
Oh, you didn't have one, no?
You didn't have one.
Oh,
Yeah, girls didn't really do like.
No,
do their
girls
messed up
weren't as
nicknames.
they weren't as
They're
cruel
not
to each
best-
other. It's cruel in other ways.
Cool in other ways. Innit? Yo, that is hilarious, man. Yeah, so listen, people, make sure you support. You see it there, independent business right there.
Yeah,
The CMOS boss.
Yep.
Organic product as well. And it's fun the fact that you can make your gels. You can do your own little, like, right, let me get a bit of this, soak that up, boil it, blam, 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 make your little gel. And ideally, is it like one tablespoon a day, max?
Minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you can take more. I'm going to be honest with you. I go OTT with the CMOS, especially. So if we've gone to the market and we've made a whole lot of stuff, and I know there's extra jars left over from the night, I'll probably use half a jar maybe. But what I'd do is I'd make a smoothie bowl. So I'd put it in we're talking like a liter jug, a blender, and I put in all my fruits and bits and bobs. And then it would last me like 2 days. So rather than taking a tablespoon a day, I would have quite a lot.
Wow. Yeah, you giving me some ideas, man. Smoothies, boy. Okay, so you can put in basically a half a jar, you're saying. You can have that in one smoothie.
You can do. If you're making a big smoothie, it's going to last you a couple of days. You can throw it in there. It's not going to go off for it, But I mean, I don't just use moss as well. I also add in like extra powders. I would say boba, cinnamon, maca root. Like whatever I'm feeling at the time. The spirulina. And we forgot about the spirulina. We do the spirulina as well, actually.
Yeah. So you're doing real spirulina. There's always been like spirulina was probably one of the first sort of algae that got a lot of love in it, like people were talking about it, and straight up in Holland and Barry. As soon as it's Holland and Barry, you're like, bruv, I don't know about spirulina anymore, man. They're making more of it than there is. It's like Manuka honey. All of a sudden, everyone's on Manuka. Yeah, bruv, they ain't making that much Manuka honey. Come on, man. So spirulina got like that, right? And then it started to get a real bad rep.
Well, if you look at spirulina, and the stuff you buy, we'll say in the shop, health food shops or whatever, it's always dark green, and it stains your fingers and stuff like turmeric or something, like a turmeric powder, because it's got dyes in it. It's got bulking agents, it's got dyes in it, the whole lot, right? Spirulina, the stuff that we have, I don't know if I showed you the stuff. It's like dried grass. It's light green, like chopped up grass, because it basically is. Look at that thing behind you, that the fish are eating on. It's basically like stuff like that. And it's from the rock as well. So it's not supposed to be dark green and powdery and all that stuff, And that's another one as well. You see a lot of people selling CMOS capsules and CMOS and bladder capsules and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, that stuff has not been heated up. So, they just got it raw and they just ground it up. So,
and it's not the quantity. It's not enough quantity of CMOS to take in a small capsule.
Oh, it's not.
No,
I don't think so, man. No, that's our opinion. But if you want to take a whole lot of the capsules, go ahead.
Well, it's based on the nutritional value of CMOS.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, and because you're saying about the activation, you're not really activating some of the nutrients when it's how long do you keep it for? How long does it keep for after you've made like the gel?
The gel. I will give 2 weeks maximum. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for the best fresh.
The best. Sorry, we lost you there. Say that again. The best.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say for the best freshness, no more than 2 weeks
No more
in
than
the fridge.
2 weeks. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're using it so two things. If you're using the bladder rack all the time, right? Then and a table, the CMOS or the CMOS and bladder oil gel. If you're using that all the time, like what you should be consistently, it's not going to last you 2 weeks anyway. It probably lasts about like 10 days, 11 days, right? And that's if you're having just 1 tablespoon. And plus another thing, which quite a lot of our customers do as well, is if they make the gel themselves or if they buy the gel off us, they decant the gel into an ice cube tray and they put it into the freezer.
Okay.
And then that way it can last for ages because you can freeze CMOS gel as well. It doesn't lose any nutritional benefits.
What's the best way to defrost it once you've done that?
Well, put it in boiling water and have it as a tea. You could have like 1 cube boiling water with a squeeze of lemon.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say even if you're making smoothies, because you put ice. Sometimes you put ice in smoothies. You just use it as your ice.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy, bro. What? Sometimes, bro, you want a smoothie? Like, yeah, crushed ice. Nah, bro, this is crushed CMOS. What? People gonna go crazy, bro. What? This is levels, man. See what we're giving you right here? You know what I mean? Like, we always tell you, man, each week we give you some knowledge on some shit you might never know nothing about. You know what I mean? We're here with the CMOS Boss team. Right, see there? People hitting me up now. Yeah, they want to find out a bit more about the CMOS. With Richie and Torain right here. Myself, MysDiggi, Dan DNA. Do you know what I mean? And we're getting a lot of knowledge right about now that we need to hear to know, you know what I mean, how important this is. And the benefits, man. It's ridiculous.
Sal Freckles on one of our Twitch gang.
Sal's asking, you're brave.
What about eating the CMOS raw, not gel? Is that, or can you eat it raw?
Is that better or good too? Well,
go on, babe.
Well, you wouldn't eat the CMOS raw,
right?
Because your body doesn't break down the minerals in raw CMOS,
right?
So you literally just be wasting it by eating it raw.
Okay.
So as we were saying, the heat has to activate it. Yeah. It needs a little heat in order for your body to digest it properly.
Right.
Now, and that's not taken away from the fact that people do eat seaweed raw and they eat types of seaweed raw.
This is a different form.
So Irish moss Condis crispus is totally different. You don't eat that raw. You can chew on the dulse. You can take the dulse and have the dulse raw. Yeah. You can you know what I mean? You can have that raw. You can chew on that. I've seen man in the pub even with a bag of seaweed and eating away out of it for the salt.
Yeah, because he's switching it for pork scratchings. You know what I mean? That normally it'd be like the bacon. It's like pork scratchings. Man's like, there's a pork scratchings alternative, bro. Man's going vegan now. You know what I mean? I'm not on the pork. I've done the pork.
That's a potential little thing you could do. Actually, yeah, you're right. That's a good one.
That's if pubs are ever going to exist anymore, because they're just trying to lock everything down anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be like a digital pub, isn't it now? You can go.
No, that's good. I like the pork scratching replacement.
Metapub.
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 Yeah.
Yo, that's going to be nuts, isn't it? Because they've already got like all the hookup apps been running for years.
Yeah.
So now they're just going to meta hookup.
Yeah.
A meta. Yeah.
What? Like, I've never wore a VR headset, and I don't think I ever want to, man, because there could just be something in that makes you want to say, oh, you know what, that was fun. I might do it again. And then I do it again. Because look how people are addicted to playing PlayStation already.
Yeah.
And that's in the same room. They can still see what's going on around them while they're playing PlayStation. Someone could pass by them in the front room or something, and be like, all right, can you get out of the way of the TV? But when you have that on, you're in the zone.
Yeah. That's the thing, innit? And people are already in the zone just off of looking at their phone, let alone, you know what I mean, playing games on their phone or when they're going to get to that level.
She's looking at me now. She's like, you're always on your phone.
Yeah, always on your phone. But yeah, you know, anyway, man, it's up to us to teach the youth, like, look, that's not the real world. This is the real world. There's way more you can enjoy as well. And I kind of think that a majority of people will know that. It's not going to be something for everyone anyway. It's going to be those kind of chosen few that decide, yeah, I want to try something different. I'm really into this technology, and I don't mind putting the chip in my butt somewhere.
Yeah.
It's messed up, man. You got some crazy people out there. But yeah,
Yeah.
CMOS, man. You know what I mean? Forget all that shit right now. It's all about the CMOS, mother lovers. Get your iron in, your magnesium, jeez, potassium.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And I actually do the CMOS differently for myself than when I produce the jars to sell on the market. So I do mine traditionally, the original Irish way. So I found original articles from like 18 to 1900s, and obviously they didn't have blenders like we do now.
Yeah.
So what they used to do was they used to simmer it for a long period of time and then strain out the moss itself and just keep the clear gel.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's how I do for myself personally. So there's still option available for everyone else to do it that way.
Yeah.
But that's the way I was doing it, obviously, because that's the way they said they used in order to survive through famine times. So they strained out the residue of the moss and just kept the gel.
Ah, and they were using spring water, obviously. They were both springs.
Yeah.
And then, so is there any more benefit then towards like keeping, because when you blend it up, it kind of just shreds up a little bit, doesn't it? All the remainder.
Yeah,
more fiber, more dietary fiber in it.
The fiber, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, the taste for me, I don't like too much of the moss.
Yeah.
I just wanted to try the original way that it was done when they didn't have blenders.
Yeah.
Look,
so it still had the nutritional value.
There's two types of people in this world. There's people that drink smooth orange juice and orange juice with the bits, and that's basically what you got right there.
It's true, Lady, orange juice with the bits, boy. That's that's hilarious, man.
Well, there's stuff she's saying as well, because obviously CMOS, and carrageenan, right, is used in baking. It's used in vegan sweets and stuff like that as well, because obviously for its gelatin properties, it's natural gelatin. So they would have, even now at times as well, they would obviously sieve, and strain out the bits and pieces.
Strain out the bits, yeah, true. And people use it. I heard they use it in cake mix and all that now as well.
Yeah,
like it's good for making cakes and biscuits. That's and whatnot.
Like an egg replacement or like a flaxseed replacement or something.
Man, powerful, man, powerful. Don Smithfield was asking, what seaweeds can you munch then? What kind of seaweeds can you have raw, I guess? That was asking. Pork scratchings. Do you want some pork scratchings alternatives?
Nori and waka. I can't even say the word. Wakamami.
Wakamami.
So
wakami.
We're actually wakami. Yeah,
there you go.
Wakami.
Yeah.
We're going to be introducing new ones soon. So we'll be doing nori as well. So you can eat nori.
Snacks, yeah.
Yeah, as a snack, which is a high protein based snack.
Mm-hmm.
We get the dulse. The dulse is the best one for me. I like just eating that how it is.
Yeah, dulse is banging, man.
Nori and wakame are ones that you would. What's the one that they use in sushi? Wakame, isn't it?
Yeah, it is wakame in sushi, yeah.
Yeah, that one as well. So obviously, and most of the stuff we used to buy from Isu, we used to snack on that crispy one.
Oh, that's just seaweed. That's just normal seaweed.
Yeah.
So the seaweed and then the sea moss, like that green stuff.
Mm-hmm. And seaweed, I guess you can eat more raw as well, and it's not as dense as
Chinese, and you get seaweed with your Chinese.
Yeah, that's not real seaweed.
That's not real seaweed, is it?
No, that's just cabbage. They just fry cabbage.
You're lying.
No, that's true. I can confirm.
Serious.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some shit you might not never have known. I didn't even know that shit.
You might not never have known nothing about. Your mom says wasabi's cousin. I think that was
and what else? Anything else you're thinking of putting out, or any other bits that you're sort of working on or thinking of adding?
It just broke up there.
Have you got any other products or anything you're thinking of adding to your catalog in the future at the moment?
Yeah, so it'd just be the we were thinking of kombu nori, and we wanted to do something like a
Yeah,
a
we're gonna
seaweed.
do. We don't want to give too much away,
No,
but
of
we're
course
going to
not.
be doing a drink as well. Yeah,
Ooh.
that will incorporate moss, but it won't be something that you've seen before. It's not Atlas on the market, but stay tuned. Something that you'll like.
Oh,
Something that you like.
man, you get me
Something that will be
excited, man.
extra beneficial for your body. Put it that way.
Excellent. And so where can people come and actually buy stuff off of you? You said you do Portobello Market.
Yeah, we do Portobello Market. It's usually like, it depends on the times, but we always put it up on our website, or not on our Instagram and that.
Yeah.
Right.
We're going to be in Portobello on the 15th of December.
15th of December.
We're going to be in the Brixton Jam on Tuesday, the 7th of December. We're going to have a little spot in there. There's a hip hop night in there with the People's Army. It's going to be off the chain. So you're going to be able to get good vibes and good food at the same time. There's a lot of there's a lot of food going on in there. So it's the People's Party and the People's Army mixed together. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. That's on Tuesday the 7th.
Yeah, it's next Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, next Tuesday in the Brixton Jam. Come down. It's going to be savage, lads. I'm telling you. MysDiggi, you're a hip hop head, man. I'm definitely going to see you down there, man.
Yeah, man. Of course, bro. Yeah, that's going to be. Yeah, Jam. Brixton Jam is doing it now, man. It's a good venue, man. They've fixed it up to look nice. Yeah.
So is the Portobello thing? Is that a regular?
Yeah, so it's obviously not as much because it's coming up to the Christmas time, but it would normally be every 2 weeks in the month. So it's literally Portobello. It's a vegan night market. It's not literally on the market during the day. It's just a night market, which is normally from 5:30 till 10 p.m. So that's always vibes as well. But we always put it up on our Instagram, on the CMOS Boston Irish and Jamaican Instagram to let everyone know that we're going to be there.
And there's Vegan East, which is on the 9th of December.
I think it's the 9th of each month.
It's the 9th. It's the first Thursday of every month.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's the 9th of December. That one's serious. Well, that's in a Hackney, and that's the same thing. It's at the Colour Factory.
Yeah.
It's got tunes, couple of DJs, like all artisan people up there. There's tattooists in there, body piercers.
Wow.
You can get everything. You go in there, you're gonna come out feeling like $1 million, man. I'm telling you, honest to God.
Jeez.
Or pounds or euros, whichever suits you. But you're gonna feel on top of the world. But yeah, and then the 15th of this month is when the Portobello one is. Big up to JP McCormick, who runs plant-based events. He's the man. He's the one for when it comes to markets and all that sort of thing, man. And your health food and stuff, you know.
He knows what's what, and
he knows what's what. He's the man, 100% now. To be fair,
that's heavy, man. Jeez, yo, thank you so much, you two, man. Really appreciate giving us this time. You know what I mean, and dropping this knowledge on us. I think a lot of people appreciate it out there in the comments as well.
Yeah, we appreciate you too, man. Thanks so much for giving us the platform, and it's nice to just chat and chop it up, because health is wealth and knowledge is power, and the two of them go hand in hand, don't they?
That's right.
So Serena was asking, Torain, is it more palatable doing it the old way, as it's an acquired taste? So like,
the moss.
Yeah, when you do it the old way, in terms of how you prepare it.
Oh, is it better than the way it's prepared now?
Yeah, is it more palatable so it doesn't taste too?
It's definitely more palatable, because I'm the type of person that sometimes can't be bothered to do my smoothies in the morning, and I just kind of want to take a teaspoon of CMOS and then go about my business. With me sieving out the moss itself and keeping just the gel, I can literally just back it with a couple of tablespoons and done.
Oh.
So it's definitely, and it's more better if you're gonna have it in your tea, because I know a lot of people have sea moss in their tea.
Oh, for real.
So
100%.
it doesn't settle as much, and it mixes much better in a tea if it's sieved out.
Okay, and so quickly, what was the preparation again that you? Because it was a little gem there that you know, the old way was to boil it, to just have it on a real low.
Yeah, on a low simmer for half an hour to 45 minutes. And then what you do is then literally drain out the moss itself and just keep the gel that comes from it. So just make sure you put the water a little bit, for this time you put the water a little bit above the moss.
Okay.
Because you're simmering it for a little bit longer.
And then you bring it to a boil and then down to simmer for...
Yeah.
Jeez. And then you mentioned earlier, Richie, about I think it was the bladder to do with the iodine. How you shouldn't, like, you don't want to do it too much or something. So what would be the best sort of...
You can't overdo the bladder man, because obviously you don't want too much iodine in your system anyway. So iodine, which we didn't touch on, is it regulates thyroid function as well. So if you got overreactive or underreactive thyroid, bladder will level that shit out for you. So it's very, very, very beneficial for women. But at the same time, it can be too much if it's not used in the right quantity. So we always tell people just if you want to just take it on your own, just a teaspoon in a cup with boiling water, let it simmer for a while, and you can drink that. But what we do ourselves personally is we will boil it separately and then add it with our sea moss when we make our gels. So you're getting the sea moss and bladder. Plus, it tops up all those minerals as well. So you're getting more than your 92.
And so how often would you say you should have it then if you don't want to do it too much, like, and sort of keep it on a regulated level?
Maybe like 3 days a week is more than enough, you know?
Or every other day.
Or every other day, yeah.
Every other day. So just a teaspoon every other day of the gel or of the flakes?
No, of the actual stuff, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The gel is all right because we don't use high quantities of bladder in the gel. So, you know, it's sea moss with bladder. It's not bladder with sea moss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ah, nice, man.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I just wanted to get that in there because I remember you saying that earlier. I was like, oh, okay. People need to know that as well. Don't get too crazy with it, man. Come out looking like Iron Man for real.
Or the
Magnets
Hulk.
just, you know what I mean? Just attracted to you. Magnetic all of a sudden. Yo, Richie and Teray, we appreciate you coming through. CMOS bosses. I got to say CMOS bosses, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boss lady.
Boss man, boss lady.
Boss man, boss lady. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and definitely, man, people, you heard it there. If you didn't, rewind it and listen again, and make sure, you know what I mean, whatever you're hearing, you go out and do your research as well, because the only way you'll truly believe all of this is if you see it. And, you know, you're going to see, you know, dodge the hijack, as they say. There are going to be people that say this, that, and whatever, but you're hearing the facts here. I'm sure you can feel it's true energy. This is real energy here. It's not no faking.
And not only that as well, you know, someone could be just onto CMOS today. Yeah, sparks from them, and we might be able to learn something off them because, you know,
definitely
every day is a school day.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
definitely, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Thanks very much. It's been a great fucking couple of hours, man.
Thank you.
Likewise, bro, man.
We'll be in touch, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. We'll catch up, man. Thanks again, man. Have a good one.
Bless.
Peace.
Bless, man.
Peace.
Yo, the CMOSboss.co.uk, mother lovers. Make sure you hit that up. Follow them. Irish and Jamaican on Instagram, as well as the CMOS Boss 1 on Instagram. You know what I mean? You are not going to be disappointed. I guarantee you that, because, boy, whew, like I'm saying, and that dose, Rob, I've been making little raps and that, you know what I mean? Little grate up the cheese, you know what I mean? Grate up the cheese, put some little, some cheese up in there with some dose. Like, sometimes I might fry up the dose just to, you know what I mean, feel like it's bacon. Nah, joke. But yeah, bang, fling that in a wrap. Man, and it's nutritious, man. You know when you're eating something, you just feel like, yeah, I'm getting what I'm supposed to from this. You know what I mean? Levels, man. So, yo, appreciate them coming through.
Yeah.
Some shit
good. Something
you might not have known nothing about, mother lovers.
Definitely.
CMOS, gotta get it in. And the sea spaghetti as well. Levels, man. You're taking it somewhere else. You know what I mean? When you're eating like that, you're somewhere else. There ain't no people. People ain't, when you're sitting there eating like a spag bowl, but it's sea moss spaghetti, sea spaghetti, spaghetti bolognese with sea. There ain't no one else doing that shit out there. You're probably the only one in the world right now doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. You can out awkward all your awkward friends.
Yeah.
By, you know, just when they complain. You know what I mean? When they're complaining, like they I can't have pasta, this reason, that reason. You're like, it's not pasta. Don't worry. They're like, what is it? Like, it's sea spaghetti. Like, they're not. What are they going to say?
Sea spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? I know.
What are they going to say? They're not going to say, "Oh no, I'm allergic to sea spaghetti." No, they're going to say, "I've never had sea spaghetti ever before in my whole life, ever. Never even heard of it."
They're going to be the dude, you know, like when they're somewhere else and then someone goes like, "What's the weirdest thing you've ever ate?" And they go, "One time I ate sea spaghetti." They're going to feel like somebody. You know what I mean? They're going to feel like the one. Yeah, sea spaghetti? What do you mean sea spaghetti? Yeah, sea spaghetti. It's an awkward moment. I got out awkwarded for the first time. You know what I mean? Yo, levels, man. And it's, you know, the array. There's more coming as well. They said there's more coming. So, boy, it's going to be fun, man.
Kenny Rebel says they probably say they're allergic to the sea.
I'm allergic to salt. I'm allergic to things that are green, red, brown. It's like, bro.
Yeah, if they complain in any way about sea spaghetti, they're not good. They're not a friend. They're not a good friend. They're not. You know, they might have an awkward friend, but they're not a good friend. They're just contrary. So you just got to.
Yeah, it's a veg, mate. You know what I mean? You're getting carried away now.
Yeah.
And people surviving off that's all you need to hear.
Yeah.
Like, what? And it makes way more sense. I always thought that was kind of strange when they said, yeah, well, the Irish, they survived on potatoes. And you're like, wow,
They had a famine,
really?
didn't they? They had a famine of potatoes.
Potatoes, and just potatoes. Like,
Yeah.
what? That's it? Just potatoes? You really think?
Lost all their potatoes. Yeah.
Hot potato.
But the sort of...
Shout out to official Rumble TV. What's going on,
Kenny Rebel could be a good date test. Yeah, could be. Yeah, I mean, I think also.
What, with the sea spaghetti?
Yeah, sea spaghetti. Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll get.
Could be. I mean, if you go on a date somewhere and then you whip out a bag of sea spaghetti while you're in the pub or something, might be a bit weird. But you got to get her to your house first and test her with the sea spaghetti in your house. You know, you can't. If you pull out sea spaghetti and you're not in your house,
you can't
that date's over.
You can't pull up in the whip, like tell her to jump in. And like, you want to try some
open the glove
still.
box.
Sea spaghetti in the glove box. You know?
Put your hand in the pocket in the door beside you.
Hot steaming sea spaghetti, baby. You know what I mean? I put some soy sauce there on the side just in case. You know what I mean?
You want
chopsticks or a fork?
seasoning with that?
You want chopsticks or a fork? Like, you know what I mean? It's there still.
Could be sea noodles if that's what you're into. Yeah,
sea
spaghetti, is it? You could use it as sea noodles. You can make yourself a nice Chinese style dish.
You could, man.
With it as noodles. Yeah.
Like, it's serious business, man. Different as well. But it's just weird how, you know, there is a flavor to it, but I felt like it tasted pretty much like just regular pasta. It wasn't like much of a fishy flavor to it. It's really interesting, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, you're getting that nutritional value as well. It's interesting that it's coming from a place that can't really be touched as well, that can't really be messed with in terms of pollution and whatnot. Like, that's, you know, even from up top in a sense, because the waters are always moving. They're not still waters. So shit's always like, yeah, come in here, bruv, get you know what I mean? But there's just like, nah, get out of here, bruv. You know what I mean? Sea moss, right? Yeah. You ain't fucking around with this shit. Yeah, boy. That was good, man. Ladies and gents, we want to thank you lot for coming through yet again to another episode of some shit you might not never know nothing about. Next week, we should be here, and you'll catch us Thursday hosting for my brother Manage and his crew, Lab 79. We're going to get a whole bunch of madness down there. Look at that. Look at that, man. screw that off for me, D. I can't really see that. Yeah. Look at that shit right there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Manage. You're going to have an MC Killer, Skirmish, Rain, Apex Zero, Conflicts, Jack Diggs, Menace Mendoza, DJs on the night, Jazz T, our brother, Dr. Snuff, hosted by myself, MysDiggi, at the Chip Shop. That's on the 9th of December. Doors open at 8 p.m. And guess what, mother lovers? It's free, yeah? Free. Freedom. That's what we want, man. We want freedom, mother lovers. Come through. It's going to be good, man. Shout out to Irish, to Rain for coming through, man. Yo, that's definitely one you got to go back to.
Yeah.
Take some notes.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
nice. Yeah, that's nice.
The preparation is key. I think a lot of people were getting it wrong with how they're preparing their stuff. So
Yeah,
I felt like it's better to hear it from the people that know how to do it. You know what I mean? I'm glad we got it there, man. Appreciate you lot locking in. Shout out to all the chat room crew. Shout out to DJ Bluefoot, Kenny Rebel, Collie, Yamar, Regantology. Well, I'm missing some names. Look at that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oshi. Yes. Oh, man. It's good to see you lot, man. Serious. Every week.
Bluefoot South Freckles on the Twitch crew.
Yes. Shout out to the Twitch
holding
crew.
down Twitch for us.
We're building up on the Twitch, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Breaking ground for us on Twitch.
Sam Kratz. Yes. It's good to see faces, man. Well, you know, not exactly faces.
Good to see names that remind you of faces.
Icons, yeah. They do, actually. PLK was in the building. What's going on, bruv? The Detective UK. All right. I'm going to check it out, man. And definitely we're going to chat to you. Shout out to Lawrence Limburger. Yo, all the people that lock in, man, we appreciate you. You know why? Because it's a good space where we can all catch up. You lot teach us stuff as well every week. And we hopefully, you know, we get some information out there you lot might not have never known nothing about. You know what I mean? Just hopefully. Shout out to the nice one, JM. How could I forget, man? All the people locked in. And all of you mother lovers that lock in later on as well, that watch the streams back. You know what I mean? We make sure there ain't no adverts and all that. You lot can just watch the thing. Put it on plus, what is it? You can put it on 1+5 or 1+25, you know what I mean? Just to speed it up a little bit, man. Sound like this, you might catch a little bit. You know, if you see something, yeah, people get crazy with
this
it.
Bit
like,
will just sound normal when you watch it back at 1.5.
You can tell. You know what I mean? I'm on the CMOS, he's not. You know what I mean? But yo, thanks for locking in, mother lovers. You know how it goes. My name is MysDiggi. His name is Dan DNA. This is some shit you might not never know nothing about. And we're out, mother lovers.